A big welcome to Steve's Kitchen and a happy Canada Day to all my Canadian friends out there. I thought we'd have some fun in the kitchen today and make that classic Canadian poutine, which I absolutely love. Now, last week I made the perfect French fries, and if you remember, I took a batch of them and I froze them, put them into the freezer. So we're going to be using those French fries. We're going to double fry them, get them lovely and crispy for our poutine. A lot of people love to top their poutine with all sorts of delights. I've decided to go with a delicious maple bacon. So I've taken some strips of bacon and we're just frying them on a low heat over a long time with a little bit of butter and maple syrup until they become lovely and crisp. And that's just going to be a garnish to go on top of my poutine. Of course, we're going to have gorgeous squeaky curd cheese. Now, I did at one time think I might do this with a mozzarella. We gave it a try. It really didn't work. So I've made some homemade curds and they are just perfect for this. Now, if you want to make your own delicious squeaky curds, you can check the video up that I did last week to see how to make them. Trust me, they're going to make all the difference to this absolutely delicious poutine. Now, let's get on and make our gravy. We start our gravy off with a traditional roux. That's equal amounts of flour to butter. I've gone for 4 tablespoons of lightly salted butter, 4 tablespoons of flour. I like to add lots of black pepper in with my gravy, and I kind of wish I had put some diced onions in. I forgot to, but if you want to add some nice finely diced onions, it adds to the flavor. And I'm just going to cook these in a pan until they're sort of nutmeg toasty brown. We're then going to build this roux into our gravy by adding a couple of cups of stock. We're going for 50% beef stock and 50% chicken stock, and I'm going to add them in gradually, a little bit at a time, and let the sauce thicken up until I get to the consistency I'm looking for. And when we're done, we can put that gravy aside and get on and prepare our French fries. So that's my gravy done. My maple bacon smells delicious. I can't wait to eat this. I've got a lovely big bowl of my squeaky curds here on the side. And I've taken my frozen French fries out of the freezer. Now, if you watched the how to make the perfect French fry video, you'll know that these are already partially cooked. I've got my oil. I'm using rice bran oil. You can use any oil you like. I've brought it up to 150 degrees Celsius. That's about 300 Fahrenheit. We're going to cook these for about 7 minutes to get a lovely golden brown coating on the outside. I'm then going to lift them out of the hot oil. I'm going to let the oil heat up to 190 degrees Celsius. That's about 375 Fahrenheit. The oil is nice and hot now, it's up to temperature. We're going to plunge these in and we're going to cook them for about 3 to 5 minutes until they're lovely and crispy and golden brown. Oh, they're coming up lovely and brown. Now, you Canadians will know how you love your poutine. I've been sort of deliberating whether I serve this in a paper plate or a dish or a bowl. I've decided just to go with a flat plate. Let me know the way you prefer your poutine to be served. Everything's ready now. We're getting close to kickoff time. The fries are looking gorgeous. I'm going to lift those out. Look at how gorgeous and brown they are. They're crispy crisp. I'm going to, I don't know if you can see me over here. So I'm going to plate up the French fries to start with. They're looking gorgeous. Now I'm going to season this with a little bit of fleur de sel. Now curds, I've got heaps and heaps of curds that I made the other day, so I don't need to go too stingy on the curds. I'm going to put lots of lovely big cubes on there. I'm possibly slightly overdoing it, but it's because I can. Now I've got my maple bacon here, and I'm just going to quickly dice it up so I've got some nice garnish. Now I'm just going to whisk up my gravy, make sure it's nice and smooth. And then we're going to take it and I want to pour this gravy all over my French fries. Make sure I get it all over the curds. And again, I've got lots of gravy, so I'm not going to skimp on it. Let's take our maple bacon. I'm going to put a nice big pile on the top. I'm going to get myself a French fry, actually get one of those curds as well. A big happy Canada Day to you all. I hope everybody around the world will be enjoying some delicious poutine. And by the way, next week I'm going to mess around with the poutine and do something a little bit crazy, so join me for that. I'm going to tuck in and give this a try. Oh wow, no wonder it's a national dish. Oh, little squeaks of the curds under the teeth. That is so delicious, so good. I hope you've enjoyed it. And above all, I hope I've done justice to this classic Canadian dish. Be good. See you again next time.